WoW more than ever is a pay-to-win game, and I think a lot of people dislike hearing that, or they'll scoff it off at saying, no, you can earn everything yourself, or you really can't buy things outright. But I'll explain to you why I'm saying that, and why I think ever since the creation of the WoW token, it's no different than a lot of other games that I had played in the past. There's a lot of new games coming out on the horizon. We have New World, which got a ton of flack from the MMO community for having these potential quality of life features. You have BDO, that's looked down upon because of its pay to win features, players insisting that you have to pay real life money to succeed in that game. You have other games that offer cash shop like features, like Final Fantasy, for example, where you can buy a ton of different skins and a gigantic whale that can sail the seas and fly in the air for about $45. And WoW has those, but WoW also has the WoW token, which is essentially a item that you can buy off the cash shop that gives you just flat out gold. Now, when I was younger, I played a game called Maplestory, and that was the first MMO I'd ever played. And I met some girl, well, it turned out to be a guy in the game, and I used to give Momo all of my money that I had. It was called Mesos, and I used to swipe my mom's credit card, and I would buy Mesos from a third-party seller to then buy an item from somebody else so that I could give to Momo. Turned out Momo was a guy. Anyway, true story, by the way. Anyway, but at some point, Nexon, I believe, who was the original owner of that game, I'm not sure if they still are, they realized that they should just start selling the items outright. You could just sell, instead of having these third-party sellers have all of this money and making all this money off of players, they just started selling items that you could buy out of the cash shop, and then you could sell those to other players for Mesos, or you could obviously just use the equipment itself. Now, World of Warcraft, when it first came out in Classic, I also bought gold. I was about 12 or 13 years old, and I wanted some gold to get a mount, and I bought it from some weird website where you were talking to some lady. Apparently, it's always the same picture. She has like a little headset on, and you type to them your in-game name, and they deliver gold to you via trade. And I bought that to buy other things in WoW. And then eventually World of Warcraft did the same thing to combat the gold selling and decided to implement the WoW token. Now, the WoW token, in my opinion, is really no different than any of these other games selling you items outright, because instead of selling you the item outright, you just buy it from another player. Now, if you go through trade chat today, it looks significantly different than what you would have seen in the past. When you would look through trade chat in the past, you would see players selling profession-based items that they found in the world, goods. Nowadays, if you look through trade chat, you don't see anyone selling any items per se that they have farmed or earned. You only see boosting services, and this is no different for PvP as well. I mean, you can look at some of the prices here for these items. They're like 5 million gold for heroic raid carry. You can buy a PvP boost from 0 to 1600 for over 1 million gold, and you can take that achievement and go on and buy actual items with it, player power with it. And let me ask you this: when was the last time you've seen one of your buddies or friends go out and actually farm gold? I mean, I know there's some people that farm gold, but no one I know goes out and actually farms gold. When I ask my friends, hey man, how do I go out and make gold? I've asked this question before, because to be honest with you guys, I'm broke. Okay, I'm broke in WoW. I have no gold. Here's my character. I have 7,000 gold. And when I ask them, how do I make gold? They simply tell me that do some boosts, do some carries. That's how you make gold in this game. You do Mythic Plus carries, you do PvP carries. If I go to buy my plate rune carving set, I want to maybe make an exploiter on my shoulders at a 262 item level. That's 1 million gold. That is 1 million gold. I don't know anyone that's legitimately farming 1 million gold today. If I go to the WoW token again, for 20 bucks, I get 171,000 gold. So I'm gonna need a couple of these. It's like $100 for a singular item in World of Warcraft. Now, I know what a lot of people are going to say, well, that's why I play TBC, or that's why I play Classic. Well, to be honest with you guys, it exists in Classic too. And if you played on Faralina, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In Classic WoW, specifically Vanilla WoW, and I'm sure it's going to make its way into TBC, or it already has, there is this thing known as GDKPs, where essentially you find these gigantic whales that have a ton of gold that are willing to spend a bunch of money on a special item or a couple of items, and you get these carries that come in there to make gold off this gigantic whale. They suck them dry like a leech. Someone in Classic spent over 198,000 gold. 198,000 gold in Vanilla Classic, which equates to over $3,500. I also don't know how they know how much 198,000 gold is worth, but apparently to them, I wonder where they found this metric, it's worth $3,500. And there's footage of it. You can literally find footage of it of somebody trading over the 198,000 gold. And this is not like an abnormality where you never really see this. It's not this rare thing that happens. And in fact, this was happening all throughout Classic as a way to as essentially a way to money launder this gold. 198,000 gold, you guys, is not something that you can go out and easily farm if you're not familiar with how much that really is in vanilla WoW standards. It's not something that you could come up with in a week or a month. It would take you forever to farm that amount of gold. It's not about what you know or what you think, it's about what you can prove. And I can't prove that this person in particular bought gold for this item, but I think everyone listening or watching can use their noodle. I know a lot of them are going to say, well, you can't buy WoW tokens in Classic, but what Blizzard also allows you to do is for you to buy a WoW token. You then trade that WoW token to another player that has Classic gold so they can buy game time, and then they give you Classic gold. So then you can basically just funnel your retail gold into Classic, and players do that all the time. Now, I've made several videos on the topic of boosting on my channel, and I've talked about carries in World of Warcraft. However, they've been in the game for as long as I can remember. People have been buying raid carries and PvP boosts for as long as I can remember. And I don't blame the players that are doing these carries or boosts, these services, because it's a lot of gold to make. And that's the best way to make gold in this game outside of buying a WoW token. But the reality is when somebody's paying 2-3 million gold for a carry, it's very unlikely that they're legitimately farming all of that gold. With the PvP gearing system, Blizzard has tried to combat this boosting situation by making it so that you have to get a win per week to then upgrade your gear, so you can't just sit on your rating. But all that does is incentivize players to buy a boost weekly now rather than a one-time purchase. Now, a lot of games have been getting flack, again, New World, because of their quality of life features that may exist in the game. However, I find it super hypocritical that a lot of the players that are giving New World flack for their quality of life features are existing WoW players. I'm not here to say or, condemn anyone for maybe you're someone that doesn't play World of Warcraft and you don't play WoW because you do believe that it has all these features that you don't like, these quality of life features. But if you're a WoW player and you're looking down on New World and you actively play World of Warcraft, or you're looking at Lost Ark, and these companies also are having to come out and explain that, hey, we're going to do our best. We're going to alter our strategy for the Western market, or we're going to do our best to not include any pay to win features, just quality of life features. It kind of sucks because a lot of people accept World of Warcraft and its WoW token, and they accept the fact that you can buy whatever you want in the game with gold, and you can literally just buy gold. I find it a little ironic, and there's a bit of hypocrisy in that. Because if the WoW token didn't exist, and I'm not here to argue that it should or shouldn't exist, if it didn't exist, players would go off and then buy gold from some third-party website and being able to then purchase anything that they want in the game. But as long as the ability to sell carries is acceptable when the exchange is via gold, and Blizzard is essentially just selling you gold for $20 a token, how could you say that they're not supporting that? How could you say the game is not pay to win? The MMO business model isn't very profitable, because if you look at other games like League of Legends or Counter-Strike, they have these skins that cost certain amounts of money, and people are okay with buying those because the game isn't about the cosmetics. But in World of Warcraft, whether you accept it or not, cosmetics are everything. Getting rank 1 in WoW, or getting Gladiator, or getting Cutting Edge, it's about the achievement that you get, the title that you get, the mount that you get. You have your personal accomplishment and you feel good about that. But in MMO, it's about how other players see you in the world, right? You show off that title, you show off that mount. That shows that you accomplished something great in the game. And when you have these skins and these cosmetics that you can just buy off of a store, It's a weird vibe. I'm not here to bash any of these games whatsoever, but I think, again, if you're a WoW player and you're discrediting other games because they have these pay-to-win features, you need to take a second look at your own game and start talking about how Blizzard is supporting these purchases. It's not against terms of service to buy a carrier with gold, and you can buy gold with real-life money. So, anyways, just wanted to talk about that in today's video. Hope you guys found it useful, informative, or at least interesting, and I'll see you all in the next one.